These 10 Florida laws are exactly why Florida is the best state in the country. And even though they make other states furious, they're what keep Floridians truly safe. And yeah, one of these laws basically involves bribing cops. We'll get into that one in a minute. In this video, I'm going to show you the law that says you no longer have to drink a hazardous byproduct from fertilizer production. What? Why you don't have to put up with people using public streets as toilets. That's good. And why your home, your car, and your personal space are rights you can defend. Let's jump in. Florida is the freest state in the country, and I don't just say that because I live here. Back in 2020, while the rest of the country panicked and shut down, DeSantis looked at the facts and said, nope, we're staying open. And everybody lost their minds. The media, Biden, other governors, they trashed him nonstop for going against the narrative. But he did it anyway. He chose facts over fear, and now it's obvious he was right. Between July 2021 and July 2022, Florida added over 416,000 new people, the biggest one-year spike in the state's history. And from 2019 to 2024, we gained nearly 2.7 million new residents. And I was one of them. Why? Because people were sick of being locked in their homes, sick of their kids falling behind in school, and sick of being punished for just wanting to live normal lives. They came here for freedom and got safety too. And believe me, DeSantis didn't do it to be popular. He actually passes laws that protect citizens, not criminals. These 10 laws I'm going to show you are why people feel safe here and why they're willing to sell their homes and move their families here. People want freedom, but they're done watching politicians coddle criminals and punish victims. Just listen to Seattle's mayor, Bruce Harrell.
The criminal system has had a disparate impact on black and brown communities. Let me lead with that. So when this person is committing 6 or 7 crimes, I don't know his or her story. Maybe they were abused as a child. Maybe they're hungry. So my remedy is to find their life story to see how we could help first. I have no desire to put them in jail.
I don't care if you're white, black, brown, green, or pink. If you're committing crimes against law-abiding citizens, you need to go to jail and face the consequences. Here's a fun fact. In Washington, D.C., if you're 24 or younger, you can still be treated like a minor in court. So you can rob, steal, beat the hell out of somebody, and the court's like, well, let's not be too hard on them. They call it youth offender sentencing. You get special treatment, focus on rehab, maybe get your sentence cut, or your record wiped clean. Basically, you got a green light to commit crime with no real consequences until you're 25 years old. It's insane what other cities and states are letting people get away with. And these 10 laws are why Florida's the best state in the country. At number 10, we got the Stand Your Ground law. If someone threatens your life or breaks into your house, you don't have to run and you don't have to hide. You can defend yourself and the law's on your side. In Florida, self-defense is a right, not a courtroom gamble. But that's not how it works everywhere else. Here's what a police chief in Canada said.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary.
What? You want me to hide in a back room while someone's breaking into my house? Now, here's what a Florida sheriff says.
As to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday. And if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
That's the difference, and that's why criminals think twice in Florida. At number 9, remember when people were burning Teslas and blocking roads because they didn't want Elon digging into waste, fraud, and abuse at the federal government? Absolutely insane. Or people defending the deportation of criminal illegals? Well, Florida's got a law that says if you block a street during a protest and someone fears for their life and runs you over, that's on you. Here's what it looks like. Florida made it clear we're not letting rioters shut down traffic and trap innocent people. You want to protest? Do it the right way and stay out of the road. You notice how everybody's getting out of the street before the light turns green? That's how it should be. This law shows how serious Florida is about protecting people. It went into effect in 2021 after the George Floyd riots, when cities across the country were getting burned down and communities were getting terrorized. and this one matters, especially when you look at places like California. Violent mobs block highways, surround cars, start banging on windows, and the driver is stuck. You try to get out of there, you get charged. You stay, you could get killed. DeSantis made it clear, that's not happening here. Protest all you want, but if you block the road and threaten innocent people, you're the one in trouble. Florida's protecting its citizens, not violent mobs. At number 8, we got one of my favorite laws. Florida just banned fluoride in the drinking water, and honestly, I'm glad they did. They've been dumping this stuff into our water since the 1940s, all under the excuse that it helps your teeth. But let's be honest, why are we being forced to drink a chemical we never asked for, never voted on, and can't opt out of? That's mass medication without consent. A bunch of European countries banned it or never allowed it in the first place for that exact reason. They said medicating an entire population with no dosage control and no individual choice violates basic medical ethics. And they're right. And here's what they never tell you. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. It's not a vitamin. It's not some natural mineral your body needs. It's a waste product from making fertilizer. Years ago, fertilizer plants had to treat it like a hazardous waste and pay a ton of money to get rid of it. Then, somebody had a genius idea to market it as good for your teeth, and overnight, these companies went from paying to dispose of it to getting paid to dump it straight into the public water supply. Cities and counties started buying it, and we've literally been paying people to poison us ever since. This isn't just about teeth, it's about freedom. It's about informed consent. If you want fluoride, nothing's stopping you. You can get it in your toothpaste, mouthwash, or straight from your dentist. Have all you want, but don't force every single person to drink it, cook with it, bathe in it, and give it to their kids. Florida finally said no more, and I love it. At number 7, we got a law that honestly changed the game. Back in 2022, Florida passed House Bill 3 and decided to start bribing cops to move here. Well, not exactly. Let me explain. It's called the Florida Law Enforcement Recruitment Bonus Program. Here's what it means. If you want to be a cop in Florida, whether you're brand new or you're coming from another state, Florida hands you a $5,000 bonus after taxes just for joining the department here. So no hoops, no tricks, just a straight up welcome check that says, we support our police. And it worked. Census kicked off in 2022. More than 9,400 officers have signed on. And get this, over 1,900 of them came from anti-police states like California, New York, and Illinois. That's massive. While those states were out there chanting defund the police and treating officers like the enemy, Florida said, nah, we're gonna do the opposite. We're back in the blue, we're investing in public safety, and we're attracting the best officers from all across the country. If you're a good cop who's tired of being disrespected, punished, or blocked from doing your job up north, Florida's rolling out the red carpet for you. So come on down, we'll treat you right, and Florida's got your back. At number 6, we got another strong law that shows Florida backs its first responders. It's called the HALO law, and it gives police, firefighters, and EMTs a 25-foot buffer while they're doing their job. If an officer tells you to back up, you legally got to. Ignore them, and it's a second-degree misdemeanor. You can get fined, and yeah, you could even end up doing 60 days. And let's be real, for some reason, people think they can get in cops' faces, touch them, scream at them, or shove a phone right up against them while they're trying to make an arrest. These officers are already dealing with criminals, fighting off crowds, and worrying that someone in the mob might pull a weapon at any second. They shouldn't have to deal with that kind of chaos. You can still film, nobody's banning that, but now you gotta do it from a safe distance. This law protects the officers, and honestly, it protects everybody around them too. At number 5, we got Florida's ban on sanctuary cities. This law forces every county, city, and sheriff to work directly with ICE. No more pretending you didn't get the request. If you're here illegally and you get arrested, Florida makes sure ICE gets the call and takes you off our hands. Local jails have to hold and transfer people when the feds ask, and if they don't, they can get hit with daily fines or even have officials removed from office. And here's the wild part. Florida built a detention center in the Everglades nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz. It's remote, surrounded by swamp, and built to hold illegal immigrants before deportation. It's real, it's already up and running, and it's one of the 3 in operation today. This is all because the Biden administration let in around 20 million unvetted illegals to grow the Democrat voter base. Florida said, nope, not here. No sanctuary cities, no freebies, no loopholes. If you break the law in Florida and you're not supposed to be here, you're not staying, plain and simple. At number 4, we got one of the smartest laws Florida ever passed. The state completely shut down the squatter scam. If somebody breaks into your property and tries to claim tenant rights, they're getting arrested. End of story. This law protects homeowners, landlords, and anyone who actually owns their place from getting ripped off by loopholes. Florida made it simple. They passed a law that lets you remove a squatter the same day. You go to the sheriff's office, show proof you own the place, fill out one form, and the squatter's gone. No court hearings, no month-long eviction, no crazy legal fight. And the difference is night and day. In states like California and New York, squatters basically have more rights than homeowners, and it can take up to 2 years to get them out. Florida said, no way. We're protecting property owners, not criminals. And number 3, Florida's not messing around with your right to defend yourself. Permitless concealed carry kicked in on July 1st, 2023. Which meant law-abiding people no longer had to pay fees or ask the government for permission just to carry a firearm. Then Florida took it even further. On September 10th, 2025, a court ruled that the state's open carry ban was unconstitutional. Open carry just means you carry your weapon in plain sight. And the court said the state had zero right to stop responsible citizens from doing just that. Because of that ruling, open carry became legal statewide on September 25th, 2025. With certain restrictions, so check the law to make sure you're good. Bottom line, whether you carry concealed or open, Florida finally treats your Second Amendment rights the way they were meant to be treated. No begging, no permits, no hoops. Just law-abiding people with the freedom to protect themselves and their families. And number 2, this one sounds like science fiction, but weather manipulation's real, and Florida banned it. I already did a full video on who's behind this BS and what they're doing, so I'm not gonna dive deep here. I'll link it below. Whether you believe it's happening or not, Florida's not taking chances. This law, the Geoengineering and Weather Modification Activities Law, makes it crystal clear. Deliberately altering the weather by injecting chemicals into the air to change the temperature, block sunlight, or affect rainfall is illegal. If you get caught doing geoengineering or weather modification in Florida, it's a third-degree felony, up to 5 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. The whole point is to stop any secret cloud seeding, weather-blocking schemes, or chemtrail garbage in our skies. Florida even set up public reporting and made airports track any planes that might be equipped for this kind of stuff. Now there's actual teeth behind stopping it. Why is this law a slam dunk? Because it protects your freedom from anyone messing with your weather without your say-so. Florida's basically saying, hands off our sky. It's bold, it's protective, and it's exactly the kind of move I love from this state. I'll drop the link in the description to report any weather manipulation you see in Florida. And finally, at number 1, Florida bans sleeping and camping on public property, and it was long overdue. This law is officially called the Unauthorized Public Camping and Public Sleeping Bill, and it took effect on October 1st, 2024 to stop homeless camping from taking over public spaces. The rule's simple. You can't sleep on sidewalks, in parks, at bus stops, or outside public buildings. And if your city refuses to enforce it, starting January 1st, 2025, citizens can now sue them. This isn't about being heartless. It's about protecting law-abiding people. You shouldn't have to step over someone passed out on the sidewalk, watch somebody shoot up on a public bench, or walk your kids down streets being used as toilets. Florida said, we're not turning into California, and thank goodness for that. California spent $24 billion trying to solve homelessness. The result? Homelessness went up by 30,000 people. They now have more than 181,000 people living on the streets. And get this, San Francisco's County Adult Assistance Program, or CAAP, actually pays homeless people up to $620 a month in cash grants. You just have to have no income and be homeless for 30 days. They give them tents, clean needles, monthly checks. It's not solving anything. It's attracting more addicts and destroying the city. Florida went the other way. Shelters must be offered with drug treatment and mental health care included, but you got to be sober to stay. And if you don't want help, you don't get to turn public space into a campsite. That's tough love, and tough love is what actually works. Allowing people to live on your streets, terrorize your citizens, and hoping they'll magically stop because you hand them food, money, and supplies, that's not compassion, that's enabling. Nobody quits drugs or drinking or turns their life around without consequences and pressure. How do I know that? Because I quit drinking and changed my life 14 years ago. I did a full video breaking down the homeless situation in Florida, and I even laid out a 10-step plan to fix the problem. Links in the description. What do all these laws have in common? They make life better for law-abiding citizens. They protect kids, support homeowners, defend police, and stop criminals from gaming the system. It's about setting standards and having consequences for breaking the law. And when a state actually enforces the law, people feel safer. They move here, they invest here, and they stay here. That's what's happening in Florida. And if you like these 10 laws, just wait till you see this next one. Click here to learn why DeSantis just told China to get out of Florida. China's been secretly buying up land, schools, and critical infrastructure near military bases, and DeSantis said no more. Click here, and I'll see you there.